as God willing, gave us another day to be doing this.
Yes, indeed.
So first honor to him.
Amen.
So now we didn't pay the bills per se.
Well, I just want to say good morning. Brought to you by the greatest baseball team in the world.
Yes. Brought to you by also Swisher Sweet. Does
Oh,
not.
you went original. You went original today.
Well, let me tell you about your secondary parents. That was they bought me a whole box for Father's Day.
Wow.
So if we're gonna do it right, it's really brought to you by Swisher Sweet. So yes,
So, so they bought you and brother one, or just you?
both of us.
Oh,
So no
well,
no store run.
yeah. Well, if I would think y'all should be having some good weed sex for a while.
Exactly, exactly. So the last time we talked, there was no sports. So a couple of days go by. Now we have sports.
And sports still trying to be hard headed and still trying to go through with their leagues. Um,
Even with the virus hitting their leagues.
yes, even with the second wave, to which I now read that the stay-in-home orders are coming back to my home state of California.
Oh,
As
well, I've had no doubt about that. I had a feeling that it was coming because I mean, I get it. People have their freedom to do what they want because that as it's given to us.
yes,
But if you want to be normalcy, if you want sports back, you you gotta freaking listen. I mean, this is why they have prisons for people that don't. Right now, we're breaking the law. I'm guilty of it too. I'm not saying that I go out, but I go out to get grocery stores, to work, and I come home. I don't go socialize and anything like that. So, so
as
with
much as we would like to.
oh, I mean, the weather has been permitting us to be out and about. It's this is why we live in California for this weather. To Why we have all these great beaches and lakes and stuff to do that. But we got to follow protocol, man. As much as I don't like listening to the law, or stuff like that, I'm pretty much doing it. I'm not trying to make myself an example.
Well, I mean, not to go there, but I'm gonna go there.
This is well,
Is
this is our platform. This is our show. This is what we do. Speak your mind, brother.
I,
Speak.
I I I know, but I'm
And as we're doing our live show on a Saturday, mind you, I am catching up on the WW of the F Raw, which I'm not too impressed with anymore. AEW is kicking major butt cheeks right now. Major butt cheeks.
yeah, that they are. I do like the fact that Cody is defending his title every week, like the old TV title in the old NWA/WCW.
Yes, bringing back the old school days.
Um, I do enjoy that. Sometimes it sucks to have too much talent, which I really feel like they
Yeah.
might need to have a second show, which is why they do have AEW Dark on YouTube on Tuesdays.
Yes, I will
But
definitely
I
do that pretty soon.
but but I do understand Tony Khan is trying to stay consistent and whatnot. So I get it.
Yes, I like and we'll get back to the whole virus thing. But as I got back to the wrestling subject, I like their storylines are is like we said in the beginning. They're fresh. It's new. but I also like their stables, how they have groups. You know, the inner circle. You know, the Dark Order, and
The elite,
the elite,
the
and
the
of course, and best friends. You know, our guy, Mr. Orange Cassidy. Wait, hold on.
I
If people that don't know Orange Cassidy, let me just give you a preview. That
but
that
the man but the man can perform in the ring.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. He's him and Jericho put on a good show to end AEW. That's how Vince used to be. You know, kept you glued to the TV until it went off, making you want more. It's like I'm watching a rerun of my life, watching Raw. You know, they don't have no fresh storyliners, and as I'm watching, it looks like Charlotte Flair just told Asuka the move. You know, see, I'm starting. Well, we've been watching this for too long, but AEW is real nice and fresh, and I like it. It gives you a different. Can't find the right word I'm looking for, but it's different.
Yeah.
Their characters are fresh. Idea,
and
you know what
and
I wish,
Billy Gunn's son looks like exactly like their dad.
man. I was like, whoa. Okay, first that's Billy Gunn. My name is Billy. I went there.
Oh, yeah, you sure did.
But looking at his kids, that's why I have to text you like, whoa, is that his kids? Like, okay.
Yeah, it's like a spot on clone.
Jeez. You know what? I wish they would bring my guy over there, and he can hold the microphone just as well as he did,
What are you
Mister
talking about,
Strong.
Enzo?
Yes, Enzo needs to be in AEW. He can. It fits him,
Yeah.
And I also like what Matt Hardy's role, and
Oh.
they're just letting Matt cut loose, and I like
Well,
it.
it's good to have that creative freedom with your character.
Yeah, and I think didn't he try to bring that to Vince, and I think Vince turned it down.
I think that's one of the reasons why he left and became a free agent.
Now, what does FTR stand for? I've been trying to wrap my brain around this for a minute, and I can't fathom to understand what does it mean.
Um,
For the record,
I don't. It can mean a lot of things.
that's true. I might have to research
Um,
that.
I mean, I still call them the revival, but that's just how I feel. Um,
Our former team revival. I don't know. Sticking it to Vince.
well, one thing has been said. It's fear the revolt, your
Ah,
favorite your favorite word. Fuck the rest.
ah. I can go with both of those. I have no problem.
But for now, it stands for fear the revolt.
Okay, okay. I can go with
But
that.
nonetheless, if they do it right, FTR versus the Young Bucks could give me a reincarnation of the Midnights
I
versus the Rock and Roll Express,
I would love that.
and 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 I mean minus Jim Cornette and all that, but I mean these two particular teams have been two of the best teams around everywhere else except the United States. I mean,
Yes.
for the last decade and a half, the Young Bucks have been the best team no one talked about because they weren't mainstream. But now that they're mainstream ACW, you're seeing why they've been given that reputation as one of the best. And like I said, the Revival were freaking tremendous in NXT. They were awesome
Yeah. Yeah.
in NXT. And they were over when they finally got it onto the main roster. They were still over. They just weren't used.
Right.
And it's like, okay, how many times are you okay? As we all know, the main thing in wrestling is to get heat.
Yes.
Once you get heat,
They give you
once
a
you
run.
get heat with the fans, that's where you can start, making some money
Yes.
as as the ultimate goal is.
Right.
But I'm tired of you taking me here
I didn't
and
see
then
that. Yeah.
and then dropping me back here.
Yeah, like they give me a good month or two, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
they're giving me Flash, and then it's like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. I
And
mean,
honestly, NXT is better than I'm gonna start watching that more. I believe that's because you know why it's Shawn Michaels and Hunter. They're running that shit,
yes, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and they know the business.
yeah. I mean, uh, come on. If if Triple H can get Shawn Michaels, who was Texas born, Texas bred, to move from San Antonio to Florida,
Yeah. Yes.
but I mean, like they always said, and like the Undertaker said, it's always been about giving back and passing it down, and that's just what you do. Um, and Triple H and Mr. Higginbottom are definitely giving back to the young guys. I like Champa. I like Keith Lee. Uh,
Who's the
Finn Balor going back.
who's the NXT champion?
Um, I want to say it's Adam Cole.
It
I,
is.
I
Yes, it is.
have.
I like him. I do really like. I like him.
um, Finn Balor going to NXT revived his
A
career.
big move. I even he. I mean he was big. I mean he was the first champion, the first Universal champion. You know, he paid his dues, and you already know. I like his
And
history though.
yeah, but it irritated me that he never got another chance to run with the belt
That
because
in
he was,
that injury,
yeah,
it,
he was
that
supposed to he was supposed to have a long run
yeah.
with the belt, and then of course the injury happened. But
You
going
know,
back to NXT has really helped him.
yes,
Um,
I agree.
some would say possibly one of the guys that we like. Some would say that Aleister Black might benefit going to the blue brand instead of the red brand.
No, I like him with the red brand. For some odd reason, I do like him with Raw. It just seems like some of the people on there is good. Like this little thing they got going with the Monday Night Messiah. I'm sorry, Seth. That's about the only thing that's going good right now. Seth is embracing this role, and just by last week, how he was just sitting there with the Stone Cold stare, he wasn't blinking. You know, I like it. So Black is good. Um, I did see him a few
Just,
matches in
just
NXT.
just stop it with the skinny jeans, Seth. Just you're killing me with the skinny jeans.
You can't help it, man. I mean, they can't help it. That's the path,
Uh,
man. But that's about the best thing that they got going right now. Uh, the women's division took a hit.
Listen, I got two things coming. Supposed to be the toilet paper for, being delivered and my tea. Just listen. I have it supposed to be being put on the.
the porch.
I said the side door. Yes, that's the only thing I can think. I mean, I want to be specific so they wouldn't be having amnesia. But anyway.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm just saying. Just listen. If it's on the porch, it's not a big deal. But out here in the front, listen for a knock on the door or something like that.
Okay.
I'm not saying to stay up to do that. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. All right. All right.
Commercial break.
In a sense, yes. As you were saying, as you were saying. I
uh,
knew it. I knew I should have brought the bottle in here.
take a pause for commercial break. You know, it's all right.
Oh no, no, you were in a good thought, and I want you to finish your thought.
But they're doing pretty good with the Seth thing and keeping Aleister Black on the red brand is I think is pretty good because blue brand is pretty stacked. Oh no! I was talking about okay, no, I'm going backwards. The women's divisions took a hit with Charlotte Flair
Charlotte,
getting
yes,
hurt.
yes,
So,
yes, yes.
and I think they were going to have a good storyline with her. I think how they were going to bring in Nia Jackson to fall with Charlotte Flair. I could see a triple threat match going on for
The
the
women's
women.
title,
Yeah,
the Raw, yeah.
yeah. And as much as I like Sasha Banks, she doesn't deserve a title shot yet. I don't know what they're doing with that. Are they doing it because of
Uh,
the guy said?
all right. Well, my thing. Well, now you notice how for so many months Corey Graves kept speculating that Sasha's going to turn on Bailey.
It's coming.
Maybe eventually it is coming. Because that I mean I don't think we've ever seen those two go at it per se.
No.
So
And
so so I think that's something that might help
and
the blue brand because I mean because in a sense Bailey needs somebody to work with,
and Sasha's good for her.
and Sasha's good to work with because they have that dynamic because we've seen her and Lacey Evans. Okay,
It didn't
uh, they throw in Tamina. Okay,
work.
um, Natalia's off somewhere. Mandy and Sonya are still going at it.
Right.
I mean, yes, you have Carmella. Yes, you have Dana Brooke. Yes, you have others,
Dana
but it's
Brooke not
just
yet.
no. But she's getting there.
Yes.
But the only thing is it has to happen
Well,
between her and Sasha.
well, me and you know the story that's going to come up, how they're going to do it. As best friends always have altercations and stuff like that. So they gave us a glimpse of it before,
Hmm.
but I think they were testing the waters, and I don't think the fans were ready for it. But I think we had enough of the best friends. That it's starting to run its course, and they're holding on to Bailey too long with that. It's time for them, and now they're the tag team champs too. Come on, come on, just give the damn belt to the Iconics. God, they're annoying. They're
Oh.
annoying. I mean, I need to see that now. That I needed my sound bite. I gotta get something on this back book to give me some sound bites because we got to get some other stuff in here.
Oh, I agree.
Well, no, one step at a time. This is a progress right here. So Sasha, does she win the belt? Does she take it from Bailey and they get a good feud going, or do we get a feud with Asuka going since Charlotte is now? Well, now they have to change some storylines now because
Well, that's why they brought in Sasha to feud with Asuka for the women's title.
mm-hmm.
Aw, that is not cool.
What what happened?
Well, as you know, Renee Young got diagnosed with
Yeah,
COVID,
yes.
and unfortunately, Kayla has got it for a second time.
What? So wait a minute. You can get it twice? Oh boy.
Well, definitely prayers to them,
Yeah. So what about
because
Moxley? He didn't get it, unfortunately. Is that
I don't
what
think he
that
did.
you?
Well, considering that I mean, they are in the same state, but I mean, I don't know how far Jacksonville is from Orlando.
Um, I can't remember per se when I was there to answer that question, so I'm not gonna make myself look retarded by throwing a random guess out there. I'm just gonna say I don't know.
Fair enough. Um, Although I do like the Keith Lee versus Adam Cole storyline. I think that
Oh,
will be just a phenomenal match.
oh yeah, preach on that one. Preach on that one.
I, I think Keith Lee just has he just has it.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm telling you that NXT is as he paused for station identification 805. Yes, and then the sound of
Okay, well, to answer your question, because we do like to get it right.
yes.
John Moxley said he had secondhand exposure to it. So
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 technically,
he had exposure. I don't know if that means he technically has it, but he had exposure to it.
well, of course. I wonder how that changes the dynamics of Fight Fest.
True,
You know that,
considering that it's a
that
2 day, considering it's a 2 day thing for TNT. Now, two guys that you like very much, as I do well. They're giving Dolph a long overdue shot at the Universal title, or not
yes,
the Universal title, but the WWF title.
heavyweight.
Because Lord knows you and I have been asking for damn near 3 years for Dolph to get
My goodness,
to
that
get
man,
some kind of push.
he sells it. He
Yes,
knows what to do.
he's definitely one of the best performers, no
It's
question.
almost like
Um,
they're taking how they did Kofi, how I feel they're doing with Dolph. Even though Dolph has had his title runs, but it's like they forgot about him.
yeah.
And he's a damn good heel. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
yes.
Oh,
I'm, I'm,
he knows what to do. He knows how, like I said,
I look at him. It's almost like another rendition of Rick Rude, but minus the hip gyration,
sprinkling a little bit of Shawn Michaels.
with a little bit of with the. I would say more of Shawn Michaels when Shawn first became heel, when he had Sensational Sherry. Rest
Yes,
in peace.
yes.
Um, more like that, because I mean the like the 1992 to 1994 version of Shawn Michaels as a heel was like he made you just want to smack the hell out of him because he was that damn
Love
over and he
and
was
hate.
selling it that damn good. Yes,
That's what that was.
which again, the goal as a heel is to get heat, and if you get heat with the fans, you're
Man,
over.
Dolph knows how to wrestle. He can sell any damn near move you throw on him. Um.
And he's good on the mic.
Oh, I mean, and I like honestly this storyline. They gave me something. I like how when Dolph came in there because if anybody remembers, if you were watching at the time, Dolph Ziggler did reintroduce Drew McIntyre
Yes, yes, he
and
did.
came out with him. Even though
So
Drew threw it back at him like, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't. Blah blah blah. Perfect storyline. We get it.
yeah,
I understand it. If
there's history. Yes.
if they run it right, this could be good. Even after what is it? We got Extreme Rules coming.
Yeah, and that's always the big question. If they do it right,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
that's that's been the big thing. Like this whole like the return of Bray Bray. Like I hope they
Smart.
do this right.
Exactly. But then again, see, it's the same old storyline. Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre, Bray Wyatt with the Get These Hands. The stories are the same. That's not the freshness that we're looking for. But then again, like we just mentioned, if you run it right, you have my attention because, of course, I like Bray Wyatt. I like Braun Strowman. You got my attention with that. So, run it right. That's all I'm asking. You know, I mean, I know you wrote a letter to Vince and he didn't listen.
Well, me and Debo wrote a letter to him about the song "Pie" by The Rock. I kid you not. True story.
Oh my
And the
goodness.
next and the next time you talk to him, he'll confirm it. But yeah.
Oh, I believe you. And speaking of, while we're on the subject, on the boob tube is yet two OGs that are my favorite. We got the finger waving, middle finger beer drinking, boss beating, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the Dead Man himself.
Oh, you're watching those Broken Skull sessions.
Well, no, I'm watching the while doing the show and getting like some information. I'm watching the
Oh,
final episode of The Last Ride.
oh, you're watching it again.
No, I haven't seen the episode 5.
Oh, it's very emotional.
I
You
I, I know.
you might be shedding a tear or two. I'm just saying. Um, I even shedded some tears on that last episode.
Well, got an hour and 9 minutes. We'll see. But to get back on the Vince and what's going on with his shows. So there's been some reworking in the background, huh? Some people got fired.
Yeah, but this is from NXT UK than anything else.
Okay.
What has been told it's been sexual assault or
Oh,
something along those lines, and of course you know that's not tolerated.
oh no. Period. We don't do that around here. It's not acceptable.
So yeah, so that's just
Bing!
that's just retarded.
Yes. All right. Let's touch on switch our gears here. Let's get on this the power struggle of sports still trying to earn their money and not thinking about more safety. Well, they're thinking about the safety, but it just hit the NBA again. Didn't somebody just test positive for it?
Yeah, and again, I understand why some do not want to be isolated in Orlando when you can't go anywhere. You can't really interact with your family. I don't think, and it's just again for what you want to play 22 games to try and qualify for a playoff. Even though I know you won't count them as an NBA champion because it stopped in the middle of the season.
And that including my 76ers. I still do not recognize the Spurs as one of their championships as it was a half season. No, it will never happen. Asterisk. Big ass asterisk. That's just
Well,
me. That's just me, ladies and gentlemen. I am more of you have to finish the season. You earn it. Half season or not, it's okay. I just I will never
well,
understand it, but that's just the way it is. So I will live with it. Now, would I accept the Sixers as a champion? Yes, because everybody else will. But do I think they earned it? Nah. You got to go through the whole season. This was put together.
but they will still not give back their ring. That's for damn sure.
Oh no, 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 no. I mean, you. That's just my opinion. I mean, you know,
No, I get it. I,
I just the
and,
more
and,
the purest of the,
and
I guess.
hey, please, I'm almost as pure. I'm one of the purest of the core when it comes to sports because I mean I'm really gonna sit here talk. It's like, okay, do I really want to consider them to be a, a champion? Like if this baseball season happens, like really, I
How
mean, don't get me wrong. It it would this it would make the Giants' chances of making the playoffs even better because just because I mean everybody really has a legitimate shot, and it's like you really would have to play to win the game and not take days off. And
yeah, yes.
today really sucks. And today really sucks because we all should have been at Oracle Park celebrating Brian's birthday because the Giants are playing the Dodgers at Oracle Park.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we most definitely would have been there. Yeah, yes. We would have took Sega to that game. Inside joke, people. I'm sorry. Sorry, I did that. But
But it's one of the greatest jokes of all time they'll never get down. That and River Roach.
yes.
Oh.
Story time later. But I kind of do like the dynamics of baseball. Is because right now, that's I think first of all, baseball is too freaking long. I mean, I get it. You know, you play it. You're trying to give us a long season. but teams tend to take a break and tend to get comfortable.
Yes,
We've seen it with
yes.
the Giants before. They was had a commanding lead in first place at 1 year, and they got too laxed, and then they had the fight. Even though they prevailed, but 60 games right now, and you have to earn it. Only thing I don't like about it is now that every league has a DH. That kind of sucks.
I that irritates my soul
If you want it in there, you should have
because
started.
I just don't like it. I like the differences between the American and the National League. Um, I tend to more National League style because it makes the managers have to strategize. And again, the art of the stolen base is lost, and the art of bunting is lost. Like again,
And the hit and run.
and that too. And I hate going back to this, but I'm like, I get so frustrated with the Brandon Belt at bat. I'm like, Brandon, they're giving you the third base line. Bunt the damn ball down the third base line.
Or adjust. Like, what are you doing? Excuse me. What are you doing in batting practice? Are you just swinging for power? Like, put the ball in the field, man.
Yes.
For crying out loud.
Tony Gwynn made a living hitting through the 5.5 hole and
And guess what?
slapping it.
Do you think Tony Gwynn had power to hit a home run? You damn right he did.
Yes, he did.
And
He easily could have.
when he wanted to. He did when he wanted to.
Yeah,
But he
but
knew
he easily could have. Yeah,
base.
he easily said, I could easily hit 20 home runs if I wanted to.
No.
Which which I downright believe because again, if the 94 strike didn't happen, he would have hit 400 because he was on that pace. Just
He
like I believe, if the strike didn't happen, I really do wholeheartedly believe, I really do believe Matt Williams would have broke Roger Maris's record. I do because Matt Williams is on that pace, and it would have been more impressive because half of his games were played at it's not so friendly to hit at Candlestick Park with that damn wind.
exactly. Exactly. Facts. Facts. But the 60 game season, you know, I would have
Which
been all
for
right.
which for one thing, it will give advantage to pitchers' arms. It won't be so fatigued and
Yeah.
tired as it normally would be during the dog days of summer. That's one thing.
And you know what else plays a part in this too? For the first time that I will agree with this, they can actually use fucking analytics in baseball. I know, brother. I know. I know. And even if they want to even try, this right here be the year they try everything. You know, that this
And they
season.
probably will.
What else they want to put the pitch count or not the pitch count, but they wanted to use something different. I can't think of it right
They
now.
want
It
to have
might come to me later.
they want to have a pitch clock. Although I am still not a fan of if it goes to the 12th inning, you put a runner on second. I'm still not a fan of that. You cannot sell me on that. I don't give a damn.
Damn it! Just give me the point. Don't stop at second base. Just put them on third base. How about that? How about that? And so what? They're gonna put them on second base, and it's gonna be no outs.
Yeah, that's how you start. That's how you start the 12th inning. Yes.
You know why? Because they're trying to manage time. We've seen these games that go until the wee mornings. You know, they've showed.
If the but again, if the fans are not complaining about it,
Hey, I love free baseball. I love free
how
football.
many
I love
times
free basketball.
how how many times have we said if it ain't broke, don't fix it?
Oh well, that's the no words.
I mean, if you, I mean, okay, you are that damn mad because a batter steps up the batter's box, Reed does his batting glove, steps back in, and the pitcher does everything but wipes his ass when he's getting ready to get a pitch. I mean, if we're really talking about 40 seconds, if we're really talking about you being mad for those 40 seconds combined, get out of here.
Hey, hey. it's like they're always trying to critique something. I get it. Is it baseball doesn't have to really do like what football does? Football has to always find a way to change things because the speed of the game is changing. These athletes are getting bigger. The injuries are coming up. We got the helmet, shoulder pads, blah 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 blah. I get that, including
Less
basketball.
padding.
Yeah, or let's cry like babies been wanting to practice, but please pay me 320 million. Annually 50 million a year or 120 million a year. You know, you want me to pay you this money, but you can't practice? Don't
Not a
make
game.
don't make
Not a
me
game.
Allen Iverson. Please don't make me go to my Allen Iverson. Yes, who is my favorite basketball player, but I
Not a
can't.
game. Not a game.
But
From a
practice, man.
practice.
Practice, man.
From a practice.
Practice. You know, so I get the dynamics of that, but baseball ain't really got to too much do anything. I get it. You're trying to speed the game up because the fans have spoken about how the slow the game is. That it's been documented that they have complained about that. But if nobody's complaining about free baseball, because I would want to say that I stayed at a baseball game until 2 o'clock in the morning, i.e. the playoff game where Brandon Belt did the walk off. How many innings
18
was that? At
innings.
19?
18 innings. Literally a doubleheader.
And in Washington, that's what in the early AM.
Yes.
Did you still see fans out there celebrating? Mainly Giants fans, but you saw fans.
The stadium was still full.
Thank you. Don't change nothing. Now, I would like the NBA to extend the 3-point range because I want to see Steph Curry has changed the dynamics of how you shoot a 3-pointer in the NBA now. So they can go ahead and just push that back, and Wardell is still going to shoot the net off. It doesn't matter where you put it. Wardell's going to be Wardell.
Yes, Wardell's going to be Wardell. Instead of shooting from Richmond, he's going to shoot from the Mission District.
Fuck it. Shoot from Pier 39.
From the Embarcadero.
Splash. Water everywhere.
Yes.
But I would, if I was baseball, I would exploit everything on the table that they're trying to change, so they can notice that it's not going to work. I mean, just let baseball be baseball. I don't watch it, but I listen to it on the radio, and when it gets around the time where it's starting getting real important, I watch it.
Yes.
I mean, I love to see a perfect game, a no-hitter, or somebody going for the cycle. Inside the park home run. That's when I start watching Sports Center more. When baseball's around, I watch Sports Center more for the catches, the glovery, the leather being thrown. I mean, who hit the farthest home run? A brawl, because what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get pissed off, and the benches are going to clear. It's the written rule in baseball.
I'm just anxious to see who's going to be the first Astro getting plunked by a pitch, because it's going to happen.
My money's on Altuve.
And you probably would hit big if you were betting in Vegas, for sure.
My money's on Altuve. This and think about that, and that's another written rule in baseball. And the commissioner is going to just have to sit back and let this punishment happen. That's, it's like when the kid has always been bullying, and that one kid decides to beat the shit out the bully, and the bully's getting his ass kicked. What do people mostly do? Sit back and let that bully get his ass kicked because he fucking deserves it. So the Astros deserve what's coming to them. It's the rule of baseball. It's facts.
Now, let me be clear, ladies and gentlemen. They are not the only team to do it. Every team steals signs. Yeah. Let's make that perfectly 1,000% clear.
That's an unwritten rule in baseball too. It's almost it's there.
Now, to do it to the extreme that the Astros did it, I've never heard of it. Mm-hmm. But for you to say that, my team doesn't steal signs, you're full of crap. Stop it right now. You're
and And what I also like about baseball, every team came up and said, "Yeah, we still signs, but they we full blown." It's almost like that they took the unwritten rule and they ran with it. Like how the fucking Patriots got caught Spygate. You know,
Deflating balls.
well, you do get film on your opponent. I mean, it's out there. It's there. But to
Oh
sit
dear.
scout,
Oh dear God.
we got some breaking news.
Um, not breaking news, but I'm just saying, if it were to happen, I'm looking at the base. I'm looking at the baseball odds right now. Of course, the Yankees and Dodgers are the top odds. Yankees 3-1, Dodgers 6-1, and then I look at our beloved Giants 300-1. But I'm just saying, if you were to go put 100 on that, and they just happen to win the World Series with 300-1 odds, oh, you'd be having a nice payday. I'm just saying.
Uh, you want to go 50-50?
And then you really would be winning if you put it on the Orioles, the Tigers, and the Marlins, because those three are 1,000-1 odds.
I'll retire. It's almost
You would
like
just
go put $500 down, and then if that happens, I'll be like, "Yep, I'm out of here. Here's your college fund. Here's your college fund. Here's your college fund. Leave me alone."
back to doing the show. Leave me alone.
Right?
Buy our own studio.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Then we'll get the microphones that you like. Oh man. So yeah, baseball. Baseball. I'm looking to see how they're gonna do it. I'm concerned about basketball. Somewhat in baseball, you can practice distancing because your players at the positions. The only time that you will be somewhat gathered in is in the dugout, and
In
even
the
in the dugout,
dugout.
you can still practice distancing in the dugout. You know,
But I will say that watching the Korean baseball, they've done it pretty well, and I really haven't heard any reports of any of the Korean baseball players the catching COVID. So
and some of them wear masks while they're out there. I believe I've seen some players wearing the mask while they're batting at least.
well, I know the coaches keep them on the dugout for sure. That I do know.
Yeah, yeah. So let's jump to the association of the basketball, brother. Let's take a turn. Let's talk about because yes, the schedule has been released for the teams,
Yes.
and I'm intrigued. Like I said, I wish sports take
Oh,
off.
see, he's very intrigued.
Yes, we do take replications of other shows that we do like. That was Poppy, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm intrigued to see. But it's almost like it's setting up for those LA teams to kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
I do. I
yeah,
do.
I mean, this is not being no dislike towards it, anything like that. But I don't. None of the teams in there. I mean, who else is stronger in this?
Besides the Bucks.
And that's including my Sixers because I don't know. So that I'm intrigued in what 22 games,
Yeah, 22 games.
and this is
Trying to
all
figure,
seeding purposes.
uh, trying to find out playoff spots. Correct.
Okay, but they got to contain that virus down there,
Correct.
and some of these players are starting to get weary now. So and so there will be, from what I've heard, there will be 3 games played, morning, afternoon, and the prime evening time.
Interesting.
Two broadcasts, two national broadcasts, and one you won't see. So
Unless it's on a regional sports network.
yes, games can start as early as 10 o'clock in the morning, as of course you know as down that.
7 a.m.
Yeah, so games was yeah. So we could have games at 7 a.m. and maybe a game at noon. So it's gonna be interesting. I was listening. I was listening to Doug Christie and I forgot who's taking over for
The
Grant.
G man, Mr. Gary Gerald, the longtime radio voice of the Kings.
I thought I recognized it a little bit, but I was listening to them. They broke down the schedule, and of course, you know, they were being real, you know, formally strong for the Kings.
Hey, but now you can watch it now because you don't have to deal with Grant Napier anymore. You can stomach watching a game now.
It's something. God just rubbed me the wrong way. It's like listening to Lampley commentate boxing. Well,
Talking about Larry Merchant.
Larry Merchant. Yes, excuse me, Larry Merchant.
Um, uh, I was gonna be like, wait a minute, you're dissing the great Jim Lampley? Like, what's going on here?
Oh no, no, that was a mistake. I had to get my facts right. But yes,
Okay,
Larry
Jim.
Merchant.
Jim.
Pause.
I'm, anytime Manny Pacquiao fights,
Pause.
it
Continue.
is good for the sport.
Pause.
And I am all for it. Jim.
Now back to you. Jesus. Maybe yeah. Maybe I'll be able to stomach the Kings now. I mean, that's all. I won't be able to watch the Warriors because I'm so far out of the market for them.
That's gay.
So everything is Sacramento. This
Well, you can stream them, I guess. Would be
this is true. This is true. It's okay. But the Kings. Speaking of the Kings, they are part of this. They'll be fighting for the seat along with the Trailblazers. I believe it's the Trailblazers, Kings, and I want to say the Grizzlies are.
yes, yes.
They are fighting for
So if you're
that.
looking, so if you're looking at the bottom, the bottom of, I guess you could say. Hold on. Well, let's just go look at the standings, if you will. Okay. I'm not trying to look at playoff picture. So it's, I think it's what, a 12. They're trying to do what, 16 seeds.
I believe that's the route they're going.
Okay.
And
Now it's okay. So let's go back to the other one. Okay. So the teams that are, in a sense, in the bubble fighting are, if I read this correctly,
mm-hmm.
yes. Okay. They are the Kings,
Yes.
the Blazers,
Mm-hmm.
the Pelicans, and the San Antonio Fundamentals,
The San Antonio Fundamentals.
and the Phoenix Suns.
Really?
Yes. So that's your four trying to get into the seating. Because if you're still going off the regular format in the
Mm-hmm.
Western Conference, it would have been obviously the LAs as the 1 and 2 seeds. The
Yeah.
Lakers would play the Grizzlies in round one. The
Yes.
Clippers would play the Clippers would play the Mavericks. That might actually Dallas could probably give them some trouble in that series.
You know
That
what?
series that
Dallas
series would have
playing
been
some good basketball.
competitive. Um, the 3 seed would be the Nuggets. I think they would mop the floor with the Rockets, and I think Utah versus OKC would be very, very intriguing. Now,
Yes.
in the East, if you were still doing the regular 8, it would have been Bucks versus Orlando. It would be the Raptors, the 2 seed against the Nets. And old school basketball, one of the great rivalries in basketball, 3 versus 6, the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes.
And the
Yeah.
4 seed and the 4-5 seed would be the Heat and the Pacers. So,
Intriguing.
very, very much so. Um, so yeah. So they invited one, two, three, four. So 5 teams from the West after the 8th seed. So Portland, Pelicans, Kings, Spurs, Suns. To which right now the Kings and the Pelicans sit a half game behind the Blazers. And then for the Eastern Conference, the teams that they invited would be, damn you, go back to the article. You're not doing what I want you to do. There we go. All right, so the other teams from the East that have been invited, since the 8th seed is the Orlando Magic. Damn it, go back to the article.
Are you having troubles there on the other end, sir?
Not troubles, I'm just trying to find the doggone thing. Okay, let's go back to this one. All right, here we go. So, the other teams that have been invited for the East is just the Washington Wizards. That's it.
Just the Wizards.
From the East, yes.
So what does that what does that mean?
I don't know. Because I don't know how they're doing this. Um, I don't know if it's a point system or how they're doing this. I don't know what the format is. Uh, I don't know how the wins are going to count.
Right. I guess they're gonna start. I guess everything might be 0-0, and whatever the best record at the end, I guess gets in. Maybe. I guess. I don't know. Got to do more research on that.
But I will say, before we continue, we must pay ode and one final tip of the cap to one of the all-time great careers and definitely one of the most exciting players to step on the floor, and that'd be half man, half amazing, number 15, one Vince Carter, who career officially ended on March the 12th, the last game before this pandemic hit, but he officially announced the retirement, ending a tremendous 22-year career, officially the longest player to play in the NBA, 22 seasons, and Vince has definitely given us tremendous memories. And of course, being a Warriors fan, there's always going to be the what if the Warriors would have kept Vince Carter, even though they probably would have traded him eventually, but it just would have been nice to have him
For
in the Warriors
yeah.
for at least a couple of years.
Well, since we're going there, number one, you already know how I feel about Vince Carter. He's from
Tar Heel!
dang Skippy, and we all know I'm a Tar Heel fan. So that right there, in a nutshell, makes me a fan of him. Wherever team he went and played with, you know. But the things that he did once he got into the NBA, wow, rubbing the nuts on over a 7-footer and dunking on him in the Olympics.
Greatest in-game dunk I've ever seen.
Like
Period.
the dunk contest, how he just tore down the house in Oakland. I mean, there was.
Unbelievable.
How do you go after that? After the dunks he was doing, how do you just go up there and be like, you know what? There's nothing I can do that can get tens like he just did right there. They should have just handed him the trophy once he did the first two dunks. But just an amazing career. I believe he went up with my favorite basketball player in the playoff series. Him and
That
Iverson.
was one of the best. That was one of the best 7-game series of recent memory. The 2001 semifinals with those two, and Game 7 specifically kind of reminded me of the duel between Bird and Dominique
Yes.
back 30 plus years ago. It was that same. It was that same feeling
Same feel.
between those two, and Vince had a chance for the win to take the last shot, and he missed it.
Yeah.
And I know, and I know your nerves were shot on that day because we were going, we were going back and forth watching that game.
Yeah. I
Which,
was.
of course, needless to say, that was one of the most. Now, if you thought Dwayne Wade carried the Heat to the title in 2006, what Iverson did with that 2001 76ers team is ridiculous. And you're like, how did it happen? And then to top it off, because I definitely do think the best team out of that Shaq and Kobe team was the 2001 team that went 15-1, and their only loss came at the hands of the Sixers with the famous
Step over.
Tyronn. I'm gonna look on you. I'm gonna step over you while I bust down for 48 points.
That man was on the tear that whole year, and it was something about that team. And it's almost like if I hate saying what if, but if he just had someone else, you know, Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, Dikembe Mutombo. No, 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 no. That's not what I'm talking about. If he had
You get another
somebody,
score.
yes, like Shaq, and if he had somebody, because he was going toe to toe with Kobe, point wise.
Yes. Yes.
You know, he Iverson was on the tear. Like I said, there was nobody helping him out in the back end like Shaq was helping out Kobe when Kobe wasn't getting those. If Iverson wasn't making shots or making the big shot, you know, games were close because of course it's the finals. You play defense and stuff like that, but there was no other offensive power besides Iverson. And like you said, if I believe if the Sixers played anybody else in the finals, Iverson gets a title. But the
Well, think
Lakers
if the
was too strong, just too strong.
well, well, think if the Sixers still had Stackhouse to go with Iverson scoring.
Even Larry Hughes,
Yeah.
even Larry Hughes.
True. 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 True
But
statements, but
we
I
can't
mean,
we can't dwell on what ifs. You know, Iverson poured his heart out. I believe that was the MVP year.
it was.
So I mean, he showed you what a under a 6-footer can do, playing like he was 7 foot.
Although I still say his best ever playoff game was the double nickel he put on the Hornets. Now you want now you want to talk about getting buckets. On that particular evening, that man was getting some doggone buckets.
And let's not forget that Iverson will tell you he was a better football player than he was a basketball player. Just go figure. And they got footage to show it.
Oh yeah,
And
teammates with Randy,
Michael Vick could tell you the same thing.
teammates with Randy Moss and Jason Williams. They
Bubba
all went to
Chuck.
the same high. They all went to the same high school.
Yes, indeedy. Bethel, I got that jersey. But yeah. So now that we paid our homage, let's dial back on this NBA season. So who do you got and your take?
Well, before the season started, I said the Clippers were winning the title. I'm still going to stick by my pick, um, because again, if it comes down to a 7 game series, yes, I know the Lakers have LeBron and Mr. Davis, but Mr. Davis has not been that far. How can he handle the pressure of the moment? Not only that, I am going to trust Glenn Doc Rivers over Lawrence Frank. And that's no disrespect to Lawrence Frank, but Doc has been there. Doc has won. Um,
Yes.
and plus, I'm and I mean it's no mistake, but I know LA is still a Laker town. But if you're looking at head-to-head matchups, the Clippers have been their daddy,
Yeah.
and the Clippers have a better bench because there's nobody on the Lakers bench that's gonna stop Lou Williams, and there's nobody on the Lakers bench that has the same motor as Montrezl Harrell.
Uh-huh.
Um, again, yes, LeBron can only do so much. Yes, that's why. Again, all these pieces the Lakers have brought in. Okay, can it work during the playoffs? That is the question.
And sorry, I want to kind of interject with what you're saying here. Since this layoff, because they were just building the chemistry, even though they were winning, and they are a brand new team. They brought it, like you said, it brought in a lot of pieces.
Yes.
And I just want to piggyback off what you said right there. Can that chemistry get back together? I mean, they've probably been working out, doing some stuff together, but that 5-on-5 running up and down the court. I mean, it's not. It doesn't take long. That's the good thing about basketball. All you got to do is just fit in and find your role.
Yeah, but how long is it going to take to get your basketball win? That's the question.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm good
And
at
and
basketball. I can't go out there
and
right
and,
now.
and, and you would know that better than I do because that's the sport you played.
Yeah, yeah, I can't get out there right now. I mean, I can sit there and shoot all day, 'cause I'm good at
Hmm.
that. But as for the movement and my defense and running up and down the court, oh no, 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 no. And I'm far. They're more in shape than I am, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'll cough up everything I got inside of me.
Now, me in the batting cage, I could take swings all day, but
Oh
try
yeah,
to put me in the outfield. But try to put me in the outfield.
you're Brandon Belt.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
you're,
not.
Bran- you're Brandon Belt.
I'm not Griffey, and I'm not Barry. Now I'm like me some Gatorade.
The gallon. Don't bring nothing smaller than the gallon.
Exactly.
That's what I need right now. So the chemistry is where I'm trying to figure and that's gonna go just not with the Lakers. That's gonna go with all the teams, but some of these teams are coming back together because they've been playing with each other for a while.
Correct.
I the that even goes for the Clippers because the Clippers are fairly new, but like you said, you trust Doc Rivers, which hey, what he did with that Boston team and those
Yes.
characters. I mean, he had different many personalities. And that's just Kevin Garnett alone.
True.
And then you bring Paul Pierce's head into it. That and well, we already know Ray. Just give me the ball, I'm gonna shoot it. You just tell me where you want me to point. That's
Yeah, but the funny thing is, Rondo has always been that head case. Like the
you know
talent is
I,
there,
I was getting there. I was getting
and
to Rondo,
and
but yeah,
and he's a head case. It's
and
it's
that's
it's
everywhere.
almost and it's almost like To in football, tremendous talent,
Just ain't.
but the head case.
Yeah. So I do trust Doc, but some of now the teams that are more together in unit is the more the East teams. More of the East
Correct.
teams they've been playing with each other for a couple of years. So
Which is why I think the whole East is wide open. I really do.
well, thanks to LeBron, he did that. You know,
Yeah, No, but what I'm saying is, I think, like, I really think Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Miami, and Philly can really legitimately win the title. I
Hey,
do.
you know what? I forgot you. And Jimmy Buckets in Miami. I forgot
Yes, he is.
boys playing
Yes, he is.
basketball.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
if that's anything that hurt my feelings about free agency, is that Jimmy leave it. Jimmy got Ben Simmons and Embiid to play basketball, and you saw that his whatever it is. I understand why Minnesota, North Chicago really wanted to let him go. Jimmy's kind of not. He's not as bad as a Rondo. You know, he did cause some problems, some rifts and stuff like that, especially in Minnesota. His Minnesota departure was horrible.
Yeah, very
But
much so.
when he has the faith and whatever he does in the practice, players like grasp to him. And Ben Simmons and Embiid will tell you that his presence, got them that run. I mean, even though that was a hell of a series that they had with the Celtics in that year, and but the shot with Kawhi Leonard that
The luckiest bounce you'll ever get in
that
basketball.
what was that? Was that Father's Day? Was it or Mother's Day? I think it was Father's Day that he made that shot. Because I made a post like he just hurt my whole day. Like Kawhi Leonard just wrecked my whole day because it was back and forth. I mean, Toronto built a big lead, and I'm like, oh Lord, because we were talking, and then I just somehow I knew Jimmy was gonna bring us back in that game, and I felt if that shot did not go, Philly wins that series. I just
It's very
believe
it's
that I
pretty
know the
possible.
what ifs, I know the what ifs and this that and the third, that and the third, but I believe that shot does not go down. Philly wins that series, and I believe we go, and I will be the most confused fan in sports, and because you know what I'm talking.
Yeah,
Think we
but
go to Milwaukee and handle business too.
here's my thing. Um, and hindsight is always 2020. But I still say if the injuries still happen the way they happen for the Warriors, I think whoever is playing in the East, they win the title. That's just my take
Yeah.
and my interpretation because and again I just this just takes me back to why I just admire Clay so much and why he is such a beloved teammate. The man on the torn ACL is like, I don't want to come out, Kurt. No, like Bob Myers had to force him off the court. He did not want to come off. He was willing to play on one damn leg to try and force a game 7. Man was running on the court doing sprints trying to stay in the game.
Not
Who does that?
somebody that's dedicated to their craft and the sport, and who just wants to win. The desire. That's I believe. I know Kobe made them free throws, and commend him for that. I mean, and not the jump that was the sad moment you were talking about in the last ride when they brought back up Kobe. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Or when his dad passed?
Uh, no. It's further along.
Okay, okay. So we haven't got there yet. Okay,
No, haven't gotten there yet. It's towards the end.
because they just brought back up Kobe, but Clay. What can you say about that young man? I mean, he has character. Uh, he knows how to do an interview with a Bud Light. Um, he plays outstanding defense. I mean, he can shoot out any gym. I mean, he scored 41 points with what, 9 dribbles?
Scored 60 in 3 quarters. Scored 37 in 1 quarter. Oh, and by the way, made 14 threes in one game
And
while he was bleeding. while he busted his head open, had to wear a headband
And
to
looking like
stop the
Jackie
bleeding.
Moon. Looking like Jackie Moon. But now as we continue to talk about Clay, look like we're gonna take a segment to talk about some of these players, and we can do that. I'm with that. So since we're on Clay, let's just talk about how you know we all as Warrior fans know that when the playoffs come around and the Warriors are in trouble, it's normally around Game 4. Us Warrior fans know, oh, it's Clay's game. We know that this is the game where Clay is gonna beat Clay.
Game
And
six, game six, Clay.
and our game six, oh yeah, it's game six Clay, like oh yeah, Clay ain't in a game for it, because he takes his craft in the first two games to go lock down their number one. So let's go and throw that out there. So he'll give you the first two games, first maybe the three, but when that fourth game comes around, it's big time Clay. Or when game six comes around, it's you know what, fellas, I got this. Just give me the
Hop
ball.
on.
Yeah, just give me the ball.
Give me the ball, set a screen, I'll let it fly.
I'm not taking dribbles tonight. I'm spotting up. I got it's and we're not just saying this that the Warrior. It's proven. It's if you've been watching Clay since he's been in the league, and the Warriors start getting their juice when Curry's not on his game, we know Clay is gonna step it up. That's just point blank period.
Find number 11. But
Exactly.
now, I again, everyone keeps saying that the Warriors' run is over.
Negative. Negative. If you think that, then you're a fool and you don't watch basketball. If you have not been seeing what they've been in the finals.
5 straight years.
Of course, they know the pedigree. Okay, so yeah, they're missing KD, but this
They got
year off, team should be. And you know who also agrees with this is I can't think of his name. Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose believes that the run is not over. A few ESPN analysts believe the run is not over because, like I'm my quote I'm about to say right here. This time off, this could have been the best thing for Clay and Curry.
Oh, I agree. And now Clay is fully cleared to
Oh,
practice.
oh, yeah. Okay, I got 8 minutes, around 8 minutes left in the show. So is it coming up?
It's coming up.
I know he's doing his okay, I'm gonna turn it up now. So we're gonna have a little background with the fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Trying to doing two things at once, multitasking around here. But having that year off or the break, and they're still gonna have a year off.
Now this is where I started to get teary-eyed right here when I started playing that song by George Strait.
Okay, so okay, so they're doing the flashbacks. Okay, wow, look, Paul Bear,
Rest in peace, Percy.
yes. So we're just gonna take a pause and identify. We're gonna take a pause. Yoka, oh, okay, I get it now. Whew. Now this is the era where I was deeply. You couldn't tell me nothing about WWF at this time. That with those flashbacks that they're showing. Big fan. Wow, look at Hunter Hearst Hemsley. Whoo, damn. AOP. Hey, the bad guy. Wow. This kind of takes me back. Is this when he's about to announce it? The fake bird. Damn it, Taker. Hey, who was the guy that was looked like he always had a tan that was in a white suit?
Brother Love.
Yeah, that dude's funny.
Yeah, good old Bruce Pritchard.
Oh yes.
Awesome is the only word I can think to describe this Undertaker.
Gorilla.
And every once in a while, if you make it to the top, you've caught it. But man, he caught it for like 30 years. He's always raised the bar.
Oh, Vader.
His work ethic, his ability,
The burn you alive match.
and honestly, the way that he handles it.
Shawn Michaels.
I think he's the godfather of professional wrestling. Someone people confide in, someone people trust.
Through all of it, he was like the rock. As the waves are pounding the shore,
He had some great matches. Great matches.
absolutely mesmerizing.
Disappointed that should have went to Santa Clara.
A fable, the legendary Undertaker.
Because wasn't he at Santa Clara?
Yeah, he wrestled Bray Wyatt.
Yep. Should have went.
Surgeries.
The only thing that sucked for me was I never got to see him live as the Dead Man. I mean, I saw him live, but he was in his American Badass character. I never got to see him live as the Dead Man. That's one thing that'll suck for me. But
You saw him.
yeah, got to see him live in person. So, that was good enough for me.
Most of you already do this.
I don't know one wrestler that was like, you know what, he's a piece of work.
Mark and
I can't stand it. Never. Guys love Taker. It's an honor to call him one of my friends. He's my brother.
the Godfather.
There's only one Mark Calloway that do what he does in the ring.
The Last Ride.
Literally, it would be a different life had he and I.
Mick Foley. JR sold the living hell out of that when he went through that gate.
I fought against him probably more than anybody in my career. He never had an off night, ever. I learned a lot from the dude. I love him and I respect him.
The bar for respect is the Undertaker, and everybody else down here.
Facts.
It doesn't happen without that.
Even though I don't like John Cena.
Fans buying in.
This is a true statement. It's the true statement. Everybody knows this. Why you got the laugh?
This is true.
So no more of the music.
They realize what it meant
Whew.
for me to go out night after night.
Oh my God. So did you see the double uppercut before we get back?
I never saw. I haven't seen it live. I gotta watch the replay again. I'm just like I think I've never ever seen that in my life of watching boxing, being a boxing fan.
That's a first. That is a first. And speaking of boxing, we do have live boxing tonight at 5:00.
In Mexico City, Mexico.
Oh yes. Oh yes. There it is. There it is.
The greatest legacy of all time.
I think I might be able to watch that tonight.
Amazing career. And you should be extremely proud. Mark, I'm proud of you. So proud.
There's no question Mark has made the best of every opportunity from family.
Man, Vince just lights up when he's around the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, he's giddy.
Yeah, very.
This business has given me everything. It's ingrained in me. It's always going to be a part of me. I do things my way. And I'm going to lead my way.
Oh, damn you, Taker. Well, that's the last of it, man. That's it.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing else. Nothing else after him.
Definitely the greatest character.
Yeah,
Period. I
yeah,
don't. I don't care who you are.
yeah.
But as we get out of our feelings and get back to talking about get back to talking about the Warriors, as
Right.
I'm damn near ready to cry again and whatnot. But I mean, just next year's starting five alone with the Splash Brothers. Then you're gonna have a pissed off, refocused, motivated Draymond Green,
Oh, which I can't wait to get him back on the court.
and then you have and now you're incorporating Mr. Wiggins with the three. Then you have a very athletic guy in Marquise Chris at the five. So how you gonna sit there and tell me that it's over when you have that starting five, especially with an athletic five and an athletic four?
Right. And you know they will take care of the bench situation. The bench situation will be just fine.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like Eric Poole. Uh, we all fell in love with Eric Pascal.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Um, and you always got to appreciate Kevon Looney's grit being the backup five.
My
Not
goodness,
to
the man
mention,
just stay healthy.
yes, not to mention they have a very nice draft pick coming their way.
This is also true.
So, and plus, Bob Myers knows what the fuck he's doing.
Oh,
So there's there's no. I say they may possibly get two or three more rings out of this. It's not over yet.
no,
Like
not by a long shot.
like
Not by
this is 2020 2021 is going to be the Remember Us tour of the Golden State Warriors. Like,
just
remember us?
yeah, just right. Just to remind you who the hell we are.
Yes.
Fucking go 1 and 9 again or whatever. 72 and 9 and just win the whole damn thing this time.
Oh, yes. With the whole effing thing.
Yes. Oh, and yes, there will be a lot of major league references in here. It will happen.
Oh, come on, Dorn.
You know when Jake picked up the phone when he was in Mexico?
Is that you, Tolbert?
Could have said you were the Yankees. Oh man, shit! I've been cut already. See, let's not get started because it'll go on forever.
Dun,
And
dun, 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 dun.
but still believe in Steve Kerr. There's no doubt about that. Kerr is still, in Kerr we trust. And he always has a solid staff with him. So
No, no, Mike. I do not want that. No, I do not want that heat. No.
Mike Tyson still displaying what he does best.
Oh, I'm rewatching it again. I'm just like, no, don't. I wish not to have that. No, thank you.
No, you don't want them issues, huh?
I do not want to be spinal. No, 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 no.
Mm, mm, mm. So now, let's pick another team. Where we're gonna go next with this? How about we dial into? Well, I think we dial into the Lakers. Um, the Clippers. What's their roster looking like?
I really not have read or seen anything about them not not staying or going. It looks like most of their team is intact.
Okay.
Although I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But as far as I know, their their full roster is still intact.
Okay. All right. Well, we already know now. Oh, since we're speaking of the Clippers, and there's a certain player on their team, he has a big case of what we call load management.
Mr. Leonard.
Are we going to see load management in this? Excuse me. Are we going to see load management in this?
No, damn near had 3.5 months off. What more load management do you need?
I don't know. But you know it's in there, and I don't
See,
think they're doing back to backs. I don't think, but
I don't think so either. But I mean, see, yes, today's athletes are stronger, faster, more athletic. Yes, I get that. But they're also a little bit more pussified too.
and it's all sports around.
Yes.
And football's the biggest.
He's being too tough on us in practice.
But they want to be paid. That's
But
what
they
I
want
don't.
to be, yeah, they want to be paid. Well, you want to be paid? Put those goddamn pants on. Let's do some 2-a-days. Toughen up your damn bones so you don't be trying to run around. Oh, I tore my ACL because I was doing a non-contact.
You're brittle.
Yeah, tearing your damn ACL because you trying to run a route and because your ass ain't got hit to toughen up those bones. That's why your ACL's torn.
But I believe there might be a maybe not as much as it is, but that it'll happen.
So, how do you feel about certain the certain sections being tarped off in NFL stadiums with sponsorship tarps?
So somebody they always got to make their money some way somehow, right? Is what you're telling me?
It's quite ridiculous.
Um, whatever. I guess if they're not gonna have fans in there, I guess you got to since they're not gonna have fans in there, you just promote. Just continue to make yourself.
Well, now remember, no, they gave the teams their own thing to do the do their own capacity. I'm just saying that they plan to tarp off lower rows at each stadium. The NFL tells teams to tarp off the first 6 rows, the first 6 to 8 rows of every seats in the stadium.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
So it says the first 6 to 8 rows of seating in every stadium, including off-field suites, will be off-limit to fans this season. That move is to officially protect players, coaches, and team staff from coronavirus exposure, but it would also free up that space to become lucrative sponsorship assets.
It will squeeze anything out of you to get some cash.
Right.
Uh, so, are they allowing fans certain amount of fans in?
I don't know. That remains to be seen.
Well,
But
I think the way everything's going now, there would be nothing's going to be coming through because They got the spikes.
I agree.
It's kind of
And they always kept talking about the second wave. They had said that the second wave might come in
winter though.
the winter, but here it is now. So like I said, my job was supposed to open back up on the 30th of June. Now, according to my job's website, operations got pushed back to July 14th. So, and that's with numbers spiking, and who knows what's going to happen now. But
Right.
here we are.
Didn't your governor's going to talk about closing things down again? Or was it?
I know it's not mandatory to wear a mask when you're out in the public. I don't know if he has mentioned anything about shutting back down again. I don't know. I'll have to follow up on that. But again, like I said, my job's opening got pushed back from the 30th of June to July 14th. I know they were trying to get places open because they want that 4th of July money, because normally a lot of tourists come to
Yeah.
my city of residence for the 4th of July, aka America's birthday, even though some will not call America its birthday, but that's another story for another day. Um, Now, there's something I came across, and I didn't get the chance to read about it, but some were saying about possibly getting rid of the Star Spangled Banner as the national anthem. And then
Yes.
my thoughts are, I'm okay with that if you make America the Beautiful the national anthem.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I did read see that. Um I guess it's a lot of changes going on. What the hell? Change every just reconstruct everything. How about that?
Yeah.
So the US hit another record with infections.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know. No clue. Well, all right, my good sir. I was waiting until 8 o'clock. I gotta do some house duties, mainly cut the grass, and then I cooking the boys pancakes for breakfast this morning.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. California still has grass.
well,
That is one. That is
it's
one
not.
chore I do. That is one chore I do not miss.
Well, it's not a lot of grass. I can just gotta chop down one side of it. It doesn't really grow and all over because I don't know.
She need she needs some milk on that grass.
Yeah, well, I figured when the heat calmed down, I was gonna get out there and start watering it more. But it's got I've put it off for the past few weeks, so it's getting out of hand now. So I'm gonna go take care of that. But before we depart, let's listen to this.
For any of you young gentlemen in the audience out there interested, you can pick one of these up for about $1,500 at Michael's again with this. Why not, Roger?
Oh, Richard Morgan Flair.
There's
Oh
o-
yes,
there's only one.
there's only one.
All right, my good sir. Well, you know what? We can stream. We can do a live streaming show for boxing. We can
Yes, indeed.
we
Yes, indeed.
we can critique that. So
Yes, indeed.
if I'm back by then, I should be back by then because we're supposed to take a miniature golf in and then they're gonna have pizza.
Oh yes, miniature golf.
So
Work
we'll
on those. Work on those putter strokes.
dang Skippy find some money somehow. So we'll keep in
All
contact.
right, sir.
All right now.
All right.
Bye, Canada.
Or good morning.
Yeah, good. Where the hell's my clicker? There it is.